new video from the day of the collapse. You can hear people screaming for help as they were stuck.
Here are the latest details we have right now. The death toll remains at 18, more than a week after the collapse. 145 people remain missing, and we are now entering day 9 of the search efforts.
Police now identifying another victim. The body of 80-year-old Magali Delgado recovered on Wednesday. At one point, first responders had to temporarily halt search efforts following concerns about part of the tower still standing.
But this morning, crews are back out there. They're searching for any signs of life. We have Annalise Garcia joining us live from the command center in Surfside with the latest, including plans for the rest of Champlain South Tower.
JCGO, the search continues this morning. The mayor announced it yesterday just after 5 p.m. Now, I want to show you what we're seeing live right now. You can see there's a few first responders a little further down there. Those are some of the ones that got straight back to work. They're finishing their shift now. Everyone knows this type of mission is time sensitive, so when things stopped, families were obviously frustrated. First responders were all desperate to get out there, but engineers said the stop was necessary. And fortunately, after an assessment, the first responders were able to get back to work. Now you're also seeing some heavy machinery being brought in right now to be taken out there to the pile. Right now, this big truck passing by with another piece of heavy machinery that's helping take off those big chunks of concrete on the top of the pile, alongside with the first responders who are there using their bare hands. Again, they are back to work this morning.
Moments after the collapse, a young man trapped under heavy slabs of concrete. Video of first responders rushing to pull him from the rubble. After a 14-hour pause in search and rescue operations Thursday, the search for 145 people continues.
Operations resumed at 4:45. At this time, rescue squads will be working in 3 of the 9 grids.
When the work stopped, people were frustrated, but the safety of first responders was in jeopardy after structural engineers and their monitoring systems detected movement of 6 to 12 inches of the structure still standing. This was just after 2 in the morning Thursday.
Building itself had not moved. However, debris in the pile below the building, as well as debris on the building of significant size, had displaced.
At 4:45 Thursday afternoon, operations resumed.
We will continue to search feverishly, as we have done all along, in the parts of the collapse that we currently have access to.
Right now, we're in a position where we feel it is safe to continue the operations as we've done so, and that monitoring will continue indefinitely until the operations are complete.
The victims pulled from the rubble still stands at 18, but with the remaining structure severely damaged, plans to demolish what's left of the Champlain Towers South is now something officials are considering for the safety of the crews down below.
Any demolition process takes time to evaluate the current conditions, the planning for the demolition scheme, and then the actual on-site preparations for the demo. So best case scenario, we're looking at weeks.
Now back out live, you're looking at some of the equipment that just arrived here. This is that heavy machinery that they'll take out there to the pile to help take off those big chunks of concrete on the top of the pile. Now you can also see further down in this command center where a lot of the law enforcement agencies and the fire departments have some of their big trailers. It's kind of like their home base. You can see some of the first responders that just got off the pile right there. They're having a brief conversation over there. Now, when we spoke to the structural engineer that you just saw in this story, he mentioned that they're bringing in more sensors and more equipment to continue monitoring the structure that's still standing to make sure that crews on the ground stay safe. I'm live in Surfside. Annalise Garcia, Local 10 News.